Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're unraveling the story behind the 1916 USA Mercury dime, a coin that's captivated collectors for over a century. This is no ordinary dime. Its value can soar to astronomical heights depending on its condition and mint mark. So, what makes this little 10-cent piece worth big money? Let's dive into the history, value, and incredible rarity of the 1916 Mercury dime. The story of the 1916 Mercury dime begins during a time of immense change. The United States was just stepping onto the world stage, preparing to enter World War I, while back home, industry was booming and art was evolving. This was the Progressive Era, a period of social and political reform. America needed a new face for its coinage, a symbol of the nation's ideals and aspirations. At the time, the U.S. Mint was looking to redesign the dime, which had featured the barber design for nearly 25 years. The Treasury Department launched a competition to create new coin designs, and that's where Adolph A. Weinman enters the picture. Weinman was an accomplished sculptor, known for his attention to detail and artistic flair. His winning design for the dime, known as the winged Liberty head, was mistakenly nicknamed the Mercury dime because of its resemblance to the Roman god Mercury. In reality, the winged cap represents freedom of thought. The design was elegant and symbolic. Lady Liberty with a winged cap on the front, and on the reverse, a fasces, an ancient Roman symbol of unity and strength, wrapped with olive branches to represent peace. The 1916 Mercury dime was minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced a different quantity, and that's where things get really interesting. Now, here's where the story gets exciting for collectors. There were 3 versions of the 1916 dime, one minted in Philadelphia, no mint mark, one in Denver, D mint mark, and one in San Francisco, S mint mark. Out of the 3, the 1916 D is by far the most valuable. The Denver Mint produced only 264,000 of these coins, a staggeringly low number compared to other mints. This tiny production run is what makes the 1916 D Mercury dime so desirable. It's the coin collector's dream of finding tucked away in an old box or passed down through generations. So, if you're lucky enough to come across a 1916 Mercury dime with a D mint mark, you could be holding a small fortune in your hands. Now, let's talk numbers. How much is a 1916 Mercury dime worth today? Well, that depends on a few key factors: the coin's condition and whether it has a mint mark. The value of any coin is largely determined by its condition, or what collectors call grade. Coins are graded on a scale from poor P1 to mint state, MS 70. The better the condition, the higher the price. For example, a heavily worn 1916 D dime might sell for a few $100s. But in pristine mint condition, we're talking about tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, of dollars. Keep in mind, though, not all 1916 dimes are created equal. If you find a 1916 without the D mint mark, it's likely from the Philadelphia Mint and is less rare, but still valuable depending on its condition. A 1916 from the San Francisco Mint, S mint mark, is rarer than the Philadelphia version, but doesn't come close to the 1916 D in terms of value. So, why do collectors go crazy over these tiny coins? The 1916 D is more than just rare. It represents a perfect storm of low mintage, historical significance, and artistic beauty. Collectors love a good story, and the 1916 D Mercury dime offers just that. Its rarity makes it a centerpiece in any collection, while its design stands as one of the finest in American coinage. Combine that with its tiny production run, and you've got a coin that's not only historically important but also a sound investment. Now, if you're wondering how to find one of these rare dimes, you might need to start digging through coin collections or head to reputable auctions. But beware, there are fakes out there. Make sure any 1916 D dime you come across is properly authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Authentication is key. Many counterfeit 1916 D dimes exist, with the D mint mark added to lower value coins. This is why it's crucial to have your coin certified by a professional to ensure its authenticity. So there you have it, the incredible story of the 1916 Mercury dime. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a testament to the artistry and history of American coinage. The 1916 Mercury dime will always hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. It's more than just a coin, it's a piece of history, a rare artifact that tells the story of America in the early 20th century. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more coin history and collecting tips. Who knows? Maybe you'll stumble upon a 1916 D dime of your own someday. NEX3 exploring one of the most fascinating and valuable coins in American history, the 1917 US 1 dime. Whether you're a passionate coin enthusiast or just curious about what makes a small piece of metal worth big money, stick around because this one's packed with history, stories of rarity, and of course, how much this dime could be worth in today's market. You might be sitting on a small fortune. So let's start with the basics. The 1917 US 1 dime is a 10-cent coin that was part of the famous Mercury dime series, which ran from 1916 to 1945. But it's not just any ordinary coin. This dime was designed during a crucial period in US history, right in the midst of World War I. Show images of a 1917 dime and historical footage of World War I. But what makes this dime truly special is its design, its history, and the way it connects us to the early 20th century, a time of significant changes in both the United States and the world. Now, let's talk about one of the most iconic parts of the 1917 dime, the design. This is no ordinary coin. It was crafted by none other than Adolf A. Weinman, a renowned sculptor and artist. He's the same genius behind the Walking Liberty half dollar, another fan favorite among coin collectors. The front, or obverse, of the 1917 dime features a bust of Liberty. But here's the interesting part, she's depicted wearing a winged cap. This is why the coin is often referred to as the Mercury dime. The winged cap is symbolic of freedom of thought. It's not the Roman god Mercury like many people believe. Liberty here represents enlightenment, progress, and the new modern era the US was entering, especially during the war. B-roll, detailed close-up shots of the obverse side, with arrows pointing to the details like the cap and lettering. Asterisk flip the coin to the reverse, and you'll find a stunning depiction of a fasces, a bundle of rods bound together with an axe blade. This symbol has its roots in ancient Rome, signifying strength through unity, a fitting message during wartime. Next to it is an olive branch, symbolizing peace. It's like this dime was designed to perfectly encapsulate the balance of power and peace that America was striving for in 1917. To really appreciate the value of the 1917 dime, we need to take a step back and understand the time period. America had just entered World War I in April 1917, and the country was experiencing rapid changes. The U.S. Mint, tasked with producing currency for a growing and economically powerful nation, continued its tradition of crafting beautiful, yet functional coins. The 1917 dime, with its powerful symbolism, was minted in the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. During this time, dimes were still made of 90% silver and 10% copper, a composition that remained unchanged for decades. While many people used these dimes for everyday transactions back then, little did they know that some of these coins would become highly sought after by collectors today. Now, let's get into the nitty-gritty that coin collectors love: varieties and mint marks. The 1917 Mercury dime was struck at 3 different mints, and each has its unique mark. If you look closely at the reverse side, just to the right of the fasces, you'll find the mint mark. The dimes minted in Philadelphia don't have a mint mark, but those from Denver have a D, and those from San Francisco sport an S. These small letters can have a huge impact on the coin's value, as coins from certain mints can be rarer than others. Alright, now let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is this dime actually worth today? Well, the value depends on several factors, including the condition of the coin, its mint mark, and any rare variations. B-roll showed different examples of the 1917 dime in varying conditions, from circulated to mint state. Asterisk in well-worn, circulated condition, a 1917 Mercury dime might be worth around $10 to $30, but that's just the starting point. For coins that have been well preserved, especially those in mint state, the value can skyrocket. Mint state examples can range from $200 to over $1,000 depending on the grade. But here's where things get really interesting. If you happen to have a rare variety, like the 1917 S dime in high mint state, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands of dollars. Some auction records have even seen these dimes sell for over $10,000. So, it's worth checking through those old coin collections. You never know if you have a hidden treasure. So what exactly makes some of these dimes worth so much more than others? The value of any coin boils down to 3 main factors: rarity, condition, and demand. First, rarity. Certain mintages, like those from the San Francisco Mint, had smaller production numbers, making them harder to find today. Secondly, condition. Coins that were kept in pristine condition, free from wear, scratches, or other damage, are highly coveted by collectors. And finally, demand. The Mercury dime series is one of the most popular among collectors, which drives up the prices for high-grade examples. So, if you're a collector or thinking of becoming one, here are a few tips. First, always check for the mint mark. It can make a big difference in value. Second, if you find a 1917 dime, consider getting it professionally graded to know its true value. Third, store your coins properly to avoid damage and preserve their condition. B-roll, display proper coin storage techniques, like using coin holders or cases. Asterisk, and there you have it, folks. The 1917 U.S. 1 dime, more than just a small piece of silver, it's a coin with a rich history, beautiful design, and the potential to be worth a fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable and historic coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode. And who knows, maybe the next dime you find could be worth thousands. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Next, we're diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the 1918 USA 1 dime. While it might seem like a simple dime at first glance, this small silver coin has a rich history and can fetch some serious money in today's coin collecting market. From its historical significance to its incredible value, this coin is much more than just spare change. Flashing high-value prices of rare coins, accompanied by images of mint-condition 1918 dimes. Asterisk, to truly understand the value of the 1918 dime, we must first travel back in time to the end of World War I. The year was 1918, and the world had just witnessed one of the most devastating conflicts in human history. The United States, having entered the war in 1917, was still recovering from the economic and social impact of the war by 1918. During this time, the U.S. Mint continued its efforts to produce circulating coinage, including the 1 dime coin. This coin belonged to the Mercury dime series, formerly known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. It was designed by the legendary sculptor Adolf A. Weinman, and production began in 1916, continuing until 1945. Archival footage of World War I era, showing the U.S. Mint and daily life in America in 1918. Asterisk, asterisk, the 1918 dime is part of the Mercury dime series, which was named not because it depicts the Roman god Mercury, but because of the resemblance. In fact, the design on the obverse side of the coin is a portrayal of Lady Liberty donning a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. The reverse side of the coin features a Roman fasces, a bundle of rods with an axe, representing strength and unity, along with an olive branch symbolizing peace. Weinman's design was praised for its artistic beauty and is still considered one of the most striking designs in U.S. coinage history. Detailed close-ups of both the obverse and reverse of the Mercury dime, emphasizing the intricate design. Asterisk, now, imagine holding this dime back in 1918. It wasn't just a piece of silver, but a symbol of America's resilience, freedom, and hope in a world still reeling from war. The 1918 dime was minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, D mint mark; and San Francisco, S mint mark. Each mint produced a different number of coins, which significantly affects their rarity and value today. Produced the highest number of 1,918 dimes, over 26 million. These are generally more common and easier to find in circulation. With a production of just over 22 million, dimes from the Denver Mint are slightly rarer than those from Philadelphia, the rarest of the 3, with a mintage of only around 19 million coins. 1918's dimes are particularly sought after by collectors. Let's talk about the current value of these coins. While most 1918 dimes in average circulated condition are worth more than their face value, certain factors can drive their value up into the hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Factors such as mint mark, condition, and any unique errors can dramatically affect a coin's worth. In lower grades, good to fine condition, these dimes are generally worth between $3 and $25, depending on the mint mark. Even worn-down dimes can be worth far more than their original value because of their silver content. Coins in mint state, MS, condition, with no wear, can fetch significantly more. For example, a 1918's Mercury dime in MS65 condition can be worth over $1,000. Collectors look for dimes with full, split bands on the fasces, which indicate a sharp, well-struck coin. Full bands FB are highly desirable and can exponentially increase a coin's value. For instance, a 1918D full bands dime in pristine condition can sell for several $1,000s. In fact, in rare cases, high-grade specimens have sold at auctions for prices reaching $15,000 or more. So, if you have a 1918 dime tucked away in a drawer, it might be worth checking its condition. You could be sitting on a small fortune. Now, here's where things get even more exciting. Error coins from 1918 can turn a regular dime into a valuable collector's item. Errors such as double die obverse, off-center strikes, and repunched mint marks are highly sought after. One of the most famous errors from the 1918 series is the D over D error, where the Denver mint mark was stamped twice. These coins can be worth anywhere from $500 to $10,000 depending on the condition. So if you come across a 1918 Denver minted dime, it's worth inspecting it carefully. What makes the 1918 Mercury dime so appealing to collectors is not just its age or silver content, but its historical significance and stunning design. As one of the earlier Mercury dimes, it captures a pivotal moment in U.S. history. It's a reminder of the post-war era, America's growth, and a period of artistic innovation in coinage design. For serious numismatists, collecting a high-grade set of Mercury dimes, including the elusive 1918s or error coins, is an achievement that stands out in any collection. Unfortunately, like many valuable coins, 1918 dimes have also been subject to counterfeiting. As a collector or someone looking to sell, it's crucial to know how to spot a fake. Look out for discrepancies in the design details, weight, and even the sound of the coin when dropped. If you're ever in doubt, having the coin authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC is always a good idea. Over the years, the 1918 Mercury dime has also made appearances in popular culture, featured in movies, and mentioned in collector communities. Some of the highest auction prices for this coin have reached staggering amounts due to its rarity in top conditions. In fact, in recent years, a high-grade 1918D full bands dime sold for nearly $20,000 at auction, a testament to just how valuable these coins can be. So, whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a few old coins lying around, the 1918 dime might be worth far more than you think. Its historical significance, rare mint errors, and the incredible value of high-grade examples make it a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. Be sure to check your collections and see if you have one of these hidden gems. And if you enjoyed learning about the 1918 Mercury dime, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on more fascinating coin stories and potential fortunes. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! Next, we dive deep into the world of rare and valuable coins that can make your collection stand out, and maybe even make you some serious money. Today, we're talking about a real gem, the 1919 USA 1 dime. This coin has a rich history, fascinating details, and most exciting of all, can be worth big bucks. So, grab your magnifying glasses and let's dive into everything you need to know about the 1919 Mercury dime. First off, let's get familiar with the coin we're talking about. The 1919 USA 1 dime, also known as the Mercury dime, was minted as part of the series that ran from 1916 to 1945. Now, don't let the name fool you. This dime does not actually depict the Roman god Mercury. The image on the obverse, or front side, is actually a depiction of Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. This design was crafted by none other than Adolf A. Weinman, a renowned sculptor and coin designer. On the reverse side, we see a fasces, which is a bundle of rods with an axe, a symbol of unity and strength, alongside an olive branch, which represents peace. This powerful design combines themes of American strength and peace during a time of post-World War I recovery. Now, let's travel back to 1919. It was a significant year in American and global history. The world was still reeling from the aftermath of World War I, which ended in 1918. The Treaty of Versailles, officially ending the war, was signed in 1919, marking a new chapter in world affairs. At home in the U.S., the economy was in a transitional phase. Soldiers were returning from war, industries were shifting from wartime production, and the Roaring Twenties were just on the horizon. The country was also dealing with the aftermath of the Spanish flu pandemic, which had swept across the globe, causing widespread loss of life. The 1919 Mercury dime was minted during this pivotal time in history, capturing the spirit of a nation poised between the challenges of the past and the promise of a brighter future. It's not just a coin, it's a symbol of resilience and hope, minted in an era when America was reshaping itself. Now let's talk details. The 1919 Mercury dime was minted in 3 different locations. Philadelphia, being the largest mint, produced the highest number of dimes, while Denver and San Francisco minted fewer, making their versions more scarce and consequently more valuable. The coin itself is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, which already gives it intrinsic value due to the silver content. Weighing in at 2.5 grams with a diameter of 17.9 millimeters, this small but mighty coin carries significant historical and monetary worth. So, why is the 1919 dime such a big deal for collectors? Well, it comes down to a combination of rarity and condition. Over time, many of these coins were lost, melted down for their silver content, or simply worn out through circulation. Finding a 1919 Mercury dime in excellent condition, especially with a clear mint mark from Denver or San Francisco, can be incredibly rare. For instance, while the Philadelphia Mint produced over 35 million dimes that year, the Denver Mint only minted about 9.9 million, and the San Francisco Mint issued just under 8.8 million. When you consider how many of these coins have been lost or damaged over the past century, the pool of high-quality, collectible dimes becomes quite small. Collectors specifically seek out coins in higher grades, those that are uncirculated or in extremely fine condition. In these cases, even small details like the sharpness of the fasces on the reverse, or the clarity of Lady Liberty's winged cap, can dramatically affect the coin's value. Alright, now let's get to the part you've all been waiting for. How much is a 1919 Mercury dime worth today? As of 2024, the value of a 1919 Mercury dime can range significantly based on condition, mint mark, and rarity. A heavily circulated 1919 dime from Philadelphia might only be worth $5 to $10 due to its silver content. However, if you've got a coin in higher grades, let's say in a condition called extra fine, it can easily fetch $50 to $100. But wait, that's just the beginning. Coins in mint state condition, meaning they were never in circulation and are nearly flawless, can bring in hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For example, a 1919 Mercury dime with a full bands designation on the reverse side, meaning the bands on the fasces are clearly defined, can skyrocket in value. And here's where things get really exciting. If you happen to have a rare 1919 Denver or San Francisco dime in mint condition, you could be sitting on a coin worth up to $1,000 or more at auction. In fact, some of these coins have sold for over $10,000 in the highest grades. Now, is there a chance that a 1919 dime could be worth even more, possibly in the millions? While it's not common, the world of coin collecting has seen jaw-dropping sales. For example, rare coins with unique features, errors, or exceptionally high grades have occasionally fetched astronomical prices. While number 1919 Mercury dime has reached the $1 million mark just yet, if one were to surface in pristine condition with a fascinating history or error, it's not impossible. Who knows? Maybe one of you watching this video could be holding the next $1 million dime. So, how can you tell if your 1919 Mercury dime is valuable? Here are a few key things to look for. The better the condition, the higher the value. Look for coins with little to no wear. Check the reverse side of the coin. A small D or S below the olive branch means it was minted in Denver or San Francisco, which can significantly increase its value. If the fasces on the reverse side has clear, unbroken bands, your coin could be worth much more. Rare minting errors can make coins incredibly valuable, so keep an eye out for anything unusual. So, there you have it, the incredible history and potential value of the 1919 USA 1 dime. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or just someone with a jar of old change at home, this dime is a perfect example of how history and money can go hand in hand. Remember, every coin tells a story. It might be a story of American history, world events, or simply the tale of a rare treasure hidden in plain sight. And who knows? That dime in your collection could be worth way more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of rare coins. Until next time, happy collecting! Thanks for watching, and make sure to check out our other videos on rare coins that could be worth big money. Leave a comment below if you've got a 1919 Mercury dime or any other rare coin you'd like us to cover. See you in the next video! Next, we're diving deep into one of America's most iconic and valuable coins, the 1927 US dime. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just stumbled upon one of these little treasures, this video is for you. We're going to explore the fascinating history behind this coin, how to spot its hidden value, and most importantly, why it could be worth big money in today's market. Let's get started. To truly understand the significance of the 1927 dime, we first need to look at its design and origins. This coin is part of the Mercury dime series, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime. Produced by the United States Mint between 1916 and 1945, the Mercury dime has become one of the most beloved coins in American numismatic history. But why is it called the Mercury dime if there's no mercury? The answer lies in its design. On the obverse side of the coin, you'll find a profile of Lady Liberty donning a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Because of the wings, many people mistakenly believe the image depicted the Roman god Mercury, hence the nickname Mercury dime. The reverse side showcases a fasces, a bundle of sticks tied around an axe, symbolizing strength and unity, along with an olive branch for peace. The designer behind this dime was Adolf A. Weinman, a renowned sculptor whose work has graced many U.S. coins. His artistry and attention to detail turned the Mercury dime into not just a piece of currency, but a miniature work of art. Now let's focus on the 1927 dime specifically. In 1927, the United States was in the midst of the Roaring Twenties, a decade defined by economic prosperity, jazz music, and technological innovations. But despite the economic boom, the mint produced a relatively low number of dimes compared to other years. That's one reason why the 1927 dime is so highly sought after by collectors today. In 1927, the dimes were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. The total mintage across all 3 was modest, but some of these coins have become incredibly rare, depending on the condition and the mint mark. The Philadelphia Mint, being the largest, produced the most coins. Denver and San Francisco, on the other hand, produced fewer, which makes dimes from these mints even more valuable today, especially if they are in pristine condition. So, how valuable is the 1927 dime today? Well, the answer depends on several factors, primarily the condition of the coin, its mint mark, and its rarity. First up, condition plays a massive role in determining value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 representing a perfect, uncirculated coin that shows no signs of wear. Coins that are heavily worn may still be worth something, but they won't fetch anywhere near the prices of high-grade examples. For instance, a 1927 dime in poor condition might be worth around $2 to $5, which is still higher than its original face value. But if you have a 1927 D or S mint mark in mint condition, those dimes can skyrocket in value. A 1927 D Mercury dime in mint condition could sell for around $500, while a 1927 S Mercury dime in MS67 condition has been known to fetch over $5,000 at auction. If you've got a 1927 dime in your possession, how do you know if it's one of the valuable ones? First, you'll want to check for the mint mark. As I mentioned earlier, the mint mark will be located on the reverse side of the coin, just to the right of the fasces. If it has a D or S mint mark, congratulations, you could be looking at a rare coin. Next, you'll want to carefully examine the coin's condition. Even small differences in wear and tear can have a huge impact on the value. Look for details in Liberty's hair, the wings on the cap, and the fasces. The clearer these details are, the more valuable your coin could be. One thing people often overlook is that the 1927 dime is composed of 90% silver, which automatically gives it intrinsic value. Even if your coin is heavily worn or damaged, its silver content alone ensures it will always have worth. As of now, the melt value of a single Mercury dime based on its silver content is about $1.50 to $2, depending on the market. But remember, this is just a baseline. Coins in good condition or with rare mint marks can be worth much more. With silver prices fluctuating, many collectors see these coins not just as historical artifacts, but also as investment opportunities. Holding on to a 1927 dime, especially one in excellent condition, could mean a significant profit in the future if silver prices continue to rise or if the coin becomes rarer over time. Now, let's talk about some of the legendary sales involving the 1927 dime. In recent years, rare examples have been breaking records at auctions. A 1927 S Mercury dime in near-perfect condition sold for over $6,000 at auction. And the 1927 D dimes, while slightly less rare, have also fetched impressive sums when found in pristine condition. This is why coin collecting can be so exciting. You never know what treasure might be sitting in your pocket change or hidden in a family heirloom box. So, you've got a 1927 dime and you're wondering what to do next? First things first, always handle your coins carefully. Use gloves to avoid leaving fingerprints, and store them in protective holders to prevent any damage. If you think you've got a valuable coin, it's always a good idea to have it graded by a professional grading service. This will give you a much better idea of its true value and help you maximize your return if you decide to sell. Remember, coin collecting is not just about money, it's about preserving history. Every coin tells a story, and the 1927 dime is no exception. Whether it's been passed down through generations or discovered at a flea market, these coins have witnessed nearly a century of American history. So, there you have it, the 1927 US dime, a small piece of American history that could be worth big money. Whether you're in it for the love of collecting or for the potential profit, these coins are truly a treasure. Be sure to check your collections, because you never know what hidden gem might be waiting. If you enjoyed this video and want more content like this, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe. Next we dive into the most fascinating stories behind rare and valuable coins. Today, we've got something special for you, the 1938 USA 1 dime, a coin with rich history, rare varieties, and potential value that could blow your mind. Stick around because you might be holding on to a coin worth big money. The 1938 USA 1 dime is part of the iconic Mercury dime series, minted between 1916 and 1945. The Mercury dime, designed by Adolph A. Weinman, features a beautiful depiction of Lady Liberty wearing a winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. The coin's reverse shows a Roman fasces, a bundle of rods symbolizing unity and strength, alongside an olive branch representing peace. While millions of dimes were minted during this period, the 1938 dime stands out for several reasons. Not only is it a collector's item because of its age, but specific mint marks and conditions make it a coin of serious interest for both hobbyists and high-end collectors. Let's take a step back and look at 1938 in the United States. This was a significant year in American history, a time when the country was still grappling with the effects of the Great Depression, while also preparing for the uncertainty of World War II. The economy was slowly recovering, and many families were still struggling to make ends meet. During this period, the Mercury dime continued to circulate as an essential part of daily commerce. But for coin collectors, the real treasure lies in understanding the nuances of minting, including the production numbers and the condition of surviving coins from 1938. The 1938 Mercury dime was produced in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each of these mints left a different imprint on the coin, which greatly affects its value today. The Philadelphia mint produced around 22 million dimes in 1938, making it the most common variety of the year. The Denver mint struck just over 5 million dimes, making this version less common. The San Francisco mint produced only 8 million dimes in 1938. Coins from this mint are slightly rarer, and their value increases based on their condition. Each mint produced dimes in different numbers, and that scarcity is a significant factor in determining how much your coin is worth today. Now, let's talk about the part everyone's waiting for, the value of the 1938 1 dime. Whether you're an avid collector or you've stumbled across this coin in a box of old family belongings, you might be holding a piece of history worth big money. First off, the value of the 1938 dime depends on several factors: the mint mark, the coin's condition or grade, and whether any rare varieties or errors are present. If your coin has been well preserved and graded as uncirculated, the value jumps significantly. A 1938 dime in mint-state condition could fetch anywhere from $20 to $150 depending on the mint mark and grade. Higher grades, like MS-65, are more desirable. A 1938 dime from the San Francisco Mint in high uncirculated condition is particularly sought after. An MS-65 1938 dime can be valued up to $200 or more. Coins from Denver are even scarcer in higher grades, and a well-preserved 1938D can be worth between $75 to $250 depending on its grade. But wait, there's more! Some 1938 dimes might have rare varieties or errors, which can drive their value even higher. For example, coins with a strong strike, full bands on the fasces on the reverse, are highly coveted by collectors. This full bands feature indicates that the coin was struck with greater detail and precision, making it rarer and more valuable. A 1938 dime with full bands can significantly increase the value of the coin. Full bands on a 1938S or 1938D could push the value to over $400 in high-grade condition. Another variety to watch for is a double die error, where parts of the design appear doubled due to a misaligned strike at the mint. These rare error coins can fetch thousands of dollars at auctions if they are in good condition. Speaking of auctions, let's take a look at some impressive sales of 1938 dimes that have made waves in the numismatic world. In a recent auction, A 1938 S dime with full bands and graded MS66 fetched an astounding $4,000. This shows just how valuable these small coins can be when found in pristine condition. Similarly, a 1938 D dime with full bands sold for over $3,500, proving that collectors are willing to pay big money for these rarities. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for these top-tier examples, so if you think you might have one, it could be worth sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. So, you've got a 1938 dime, and now you're wondering how to preserve its value and maybe even sell it for a tidy sum. Here are a few tips. Always store your coins in a dry, temperature-controlled environment. Use coin holders or capsules to prevent scratches and tarnish. Never clean your coin, as cleaning can lower its value. Collectors prefer coins in their natural, aged state. If you think you have a high-grade 1938 dime, consider sending it to a professional grading service. This will authenticate the coin's grade and significantly boost its market value. When it comes to selling your coin, you have several options. You can sell through online marketplaces like eBay, but for high-end dimes, it's often better to go through a reputable auction house or coin dealer who specializes in rare coins. That's all for today's deep dive into the 1938 USA 1 dime. As you've seen, this little piece of history has the potential to be worth big money, especially if you've got one in pristine condition or with rare features like full bands. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, keep an eye out for this coin. It could be a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any of our future coin videos. Who knows, the next coin in your collection could be worth a fortune. Until next time, happy collecting! Next, we are diving deep into a fascinating piece of American history, the 1945 USA 1 dime, also known as the Mercury dime. You may have some hidden treasure in your pocket change, and by the end of this video, you'll know just how valuable this little coin could be. We're talking big money, folks. Let's explore its rich history, key features, and how it could be worth thousands or even millions. The 1945 USA 1 dime, often referred to as the Mercury dime, is part of one of America's most iconic coin series. But did you know that this particular dime carries much more value than its 10-cent face? Let's start with a little background on this incredible coin. The Mercury dime, officially known as the Winged Liberty Head dime, was first introduced in 1916. It was designed by Adolph A. Weinman, a renowned sculptor, who was also responsible for the Walking Liberty half-dollar. The design depicts Lady Liberty wearing a Phrygian cap, which was often mistaken for the Roman god Mercury's helmet, leading to the nickname Mercury dime. But the 1945 Mercury dime holds even more significance. This coin was struck during the final months of World War II, a time when the U.S. Mint was still producing silver dimes, making this coin not only valuable in terms of its metal content but also as a historical artifact. Let's break down the key features of the 1945 Mercury dime. First, we have the obverse side of the coin, showing Lady Liberty donning her winged cap, symbolizing freedom of thought. Around her head, you'll notice the inscriptions, Liberty, in God we trust, and the year 1945. Now, flipping the coin over to the reverse side, we find a Roman fasces, which is a bundle of sticks bound together with an axe, symbolizing unity and strength. This is flanked by an olive branch, representing peace. The words United States of America, 1 dime, and E pluribus unum are also engraved around the edge. But pay close attention. Not all 1945 dimes are created equal. The mint mark located on the reverse can greatly impact the coin's value. You'll either find no mint mark, indicating it was struck in Philadelphia, or a D or S for coins minted in Denver or San Francisco respectively. So, why is the 1945 Mercury dime worth more than its face value? First, it's made from 90% silver, meaning its intrinsic metal value has grown over time due to the rising price of silver. But that's just the beginning. Collectors go crazy for this dime because of several factors. As with all coins, the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. A 1945 Mercury dime in uncirculated or mint state, MS, can fetch hundreds to thousands of dollars. Coins from San Francisco, S mint mark, and Denver, D mint mark, tend to be rarer than those from Philadelphia. A 1945 S or 1945 D Mercury dime in top condition can go for premium prices. Some of the most valuable 1945 dimes come from rare errors, such as double die obverse, DDO, or off-center strikes. If you happen to find one of these error dimes, you could be sitting on a small fortune. For example, a 1945 Mercury dime with a full bands designation on the reverse, which refers to the clarity of the horizontal lines on the fasces, can command prices as high as $10,000 or more in auctions. Now let's talk about the big money. The highest price ever paid for a 1945 Mercury dime was an astonishing $42,300. This particular coin was graded MS68 with full bands, making it one of the best preserved examples in existence. Collectors and investors often compete fiercely for these high-grade Mercury dimes. Even mid-level condition coins can sell for thousands of dollars at auctions. If you have a dime from 1945, especially one from Denver or San Francisco, you could be looking at a very valuable asset. So, how do you know if your 1945 Mercury dime is worth big money? Here's what to look for on the reverse side. Coins with a D or S are generally more valuable. Evaluate the condition of the coin. Is it worn out from circulation, or does it have a sharp, unblemished design? Professional coin grading services, like PCGS and NGC, can grade your coin on a scale of 1 to 70, with higher grades fetching higher prices. Look for any errors or varieties. Coins with mistakes like double strikes or full bands can dramatically increase their value. If you're serious about determining the true worth of your 1945 dime, it's best to get it professionally appraised. In conclusion, the 1945 Mercury dime is much more than just pocket change. With its rich history, beautiful design, and silver content, it's already a collectible piece. But if you have one in great condition, with the right mint mark or even a rare error, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. So, check your old change jars, and who knows? You could uncover a small fortune. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting videos on valuable coins that could make you rich. See you next time, and happy treasure hunting! Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a comment below about your favorite coin find, and check out our other videos to learn more about valuable coins you might have lying around. Next, we're diving deep into the story of one of America's most iconic coins, the 1946 one dime. A coin that holds much more value than its face value of 10 cents. But what makes this coin so special? How can a simple dime from 1946 be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars? Stay tuned as we explore its fascinating history, value, and how it can potentially bring in big money. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for more valuable coin content. Now, let's talk about the 1946 one dime USA. The 1946 one dime, also known as the Roosevelt dime, has an extraordinary history. First, let's set the stage. The year was 1946, just 1 year after the end of World War II. America was transitioning from wartime to peacetime, and President Franklin D. Roosevelt had recently passed away in April 1945, shortly before the war's conclusion. Roosevelt wasn't just any president, he was a four-term leader who helped guide the nation through some of its darkest times, including the Great Depression and World War II. His legacy was immense, and to honor him, the U.S. Mint introduced the Roosevelt dime in 1946, replacing the winged Liberty Head dime, also known as the Mercury dime, which had been in circulation since 1916. The design of the 1946 Roosevelt dime is filled with symbolism. Let's break it down. You'll see a portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt, designed by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. Roosevelt is facing left, a tribute to his legacy as a wartime leader and his dedication to polio research, as he himself battled the disease. If you look closely, you'll also notice the initials JS under Roosevelt's neck, representing John Sinek. The reverse side showcases a torch in the center, symbolizing liberty. On either side, there's an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence. The inscription E pluribus unum, meaning out of many, one, is also featured prominently. This design is not only elegant but also filled with historical significance, especially given its release after a global war. It was a way for the U.S. to remember the importance of liberty, peace, and strength in a post-war world. Now, let's talk about mint marks. The 1946 Roosevelt dime was minted in 3 locations. The mint mark can be found on the reverse of the coin, to the left of the base of the torch. These mint marks are crucial for collectors as they can significantly affect the coin's value. Among the 3, the Philadelphia Mint produced the most dimes, making it the most common. However, dimes minted in Denver, D, and San Francisco, S, are less common and, therefore, more desirable to collectors. But rarity alone doesn't determine a coin's value. Condition and errors play a big role too. Speaking of condition and errors, the 1946 Roosevelt dime has its fair share of varieties and minting errors that can significantly boost its value. Some 1946 dimes exhibit doubling on the letters or numbers, which is called a double die error. Collectors hunt for these errors because they are rare and can fetch impressive prices. Another feature to look for is the full bands on the reverse. This refers to the horizontal bands on the torch. If all the bands are sharply defined and unbroken, the coin earns a full bands designation, which can raise its value considerably. Certain coins may have small imperfections due to die cracks or other striking errors. These anomalies make the coin unique and therefore more valuable to collectors. When it comes to determining the value of a 1946 Roosevelt dime, grading is critical. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by professional grading services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. For example, these coins show considerable wear, and their value remains close to face value, but collectors may still find them attractive. There, the details are sharper, and less wear is visible, which can increase the value significantly. These coins are uncirculated and in nearly perfect condition. Mint state coins can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if they have a full bands designation or any rare errors. So, how much is the 1946 Roosevelt dime worth today? Well, the value of these dimes depends on several factors: the mint mark, condition, and any errors. Here's a quick breakdown of what you can expect. From the Philadelphia Mint might be worth between $1 to $5, depending on their condition. In circulated condition can fetch between $5 to $15. The price jumps significantly. For example, a 1946 dime with full bands and graded MS65 can be worth $100 or more. Such as the double die or coins with striking flaws can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Some 1946 Roosevelt dimes have fetched prices as high as $1,000 in pristine condition with unique errors. If you're looking to cash in on your 1946 Roosevelt dime, there are several options for selling or trading it. A trusted coin dealer can help evaluate your coin and offer you a fair price. Make sure to shop around and get multiple opinions. Platforms like eBay or specialized coin auction sites are great places to reach a wider audience. Just be sure to have your coin properly graded for maximum value. If you want to meet buyers face to face and potentially strike up a good deal, attending a coin convention is an excellent way to network with other collectors and dealers. The 1946 Roosevelt dime may seem small, but its value goes far beyond its 10-cent face. With a rich history tied to Franklin D. Roosevelt, beautiful design, and the potential for rare errors and high-grade conditions, this coin can be worth far more than you might think. If you've got one lying around, don't underestimate its potential. What might seem like pocket change could actually be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Let us know in the comments if you have a 1946 dime or any other interesting coin in your collection. We'd love to hear your stories. Stay tuned for more coin discoveries. Next, we're diving deep into a small coin with big potential, the 1965 US dime. You may have one of these tucked away in your wallet, coin jar, or pocket right now, but did you know this tiny coin could be worth a fortune? Stick around, and we'll explore its rich history, key features, and the potential big money value of this 1965 dime. If you're new to the world of rare coins, don't worry. We're about to break it all down, so you can find out if your 1965 dime is more than just spare change. Let's first take a step back in time to understand where the 1965 dime fits into the history of US currency. The dime has a long and fascinating past, dating back to the late 18th century. The very first US dimes were minted in 1796 under the Coinage Act of 1792, which established the dollar as the standard unit of money in America. The name dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tenth, which reflects its value as 1/10 of a dollar. Over the years, the design and composition of the dime have changed, but its importance in American commerce has remained consistent. Now, fast forward to 1965. This was a transformative year in the history of U.S. coinage. The 1965 U.S. dime holds a special place in American numismatics, mainly because of the Coinage Act of 1965. Before this legislation, U.S. dimes were made primarily of 90% silver and 10% copper. These silver dimes were highly valued, but rising silver prices in the early 1960s made it more expensive for the U.S. government to produce these coins than their face value. This inflation led to a silver shortage, and in response, Congress passed the Coinage Act of 1965. The act removed silver from dimes and quarters, replacing it with a copper-nickel composition, which we still use today. The 1965 dime became the first in a new era, a dime with NO's silver content. But here's the kicker: even though 1965 dimes were officially minted with copper-nickel, there are rare reports of silver dimes being struck by accident. Could you imagine finding a 1965 silver dime in circulation? Some collectors have claimed to discover these elusive errors, and they can sell for thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. So, how do you know if you have a rare 1965 dime? Here's what to look for. The most valuable 1965 dimes are those mistakenly struck in silver. If you suspect your dime might be one of these rare silver errors, the first test is to check its weight. A regular copper-nickel dime weighs about 2.27 grams, but a silver dime will weigh 2.5 grams. You can use a jeweler's scale for precise measurements. Silver dimes have a slightly different color and shine compared to copper-nickel ones. While copper-nickel dimes have a more muted grayish tone, silver dimes will have a brighter, wider luster point. One of the easiest ways to identify a regular 1965 dime is by looking at the edge of the coin. Copper-nickel dimes have a distinct copper-colored band along the edge, whereas silver dimes do not. If you drop the coin on a hard surface, a silver dime will have a distinctive ring compared to the duller sound of a copper-nickel dime. But be careful not to damage the coin. Now, let's talk money. A standard 1965 dime in circulation is worth its face value, 10 cents. However, if your 1965 dime is in uncirculated or near mint condition, collectors may pay anywhere from $3 to $20 for it. But the real jackpot is if you find one of those rare silver era dimes. In 2019, a 1965 silver dime sold for over $8,000 at auction. And some examples have gone for even more, depending on the condition. These are rare finds, but if you stumble across one, you could be sitting on a gold mine. Well, a silver mine. Okay, the value of your dime depends on its condition. The better the condition, the more valuable it is. Coins that are uncirculated, with no wear or tear, fetch the highest prices. Professional grading by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can significantly increase the value of your coin. They assess the condition and authenticity of your coin and assign it a grade. A high-grade, rare 1965 silver dime could be worth thousands. If you think you have a silver era dime, it's crucial to have it authenticated by a professional. There are many ways to check for authenticity, but nothing beats expert verification. Once your coin is authenticated and graded, it's ready for sale. You can take it to coin dealers, auction houses, or sell it online through platforms like eBay. Make sure to do your research, so you get the best price. Who knew that something as small as a 1965 dime could hold such incredible value? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep your eyes peeled for rare coins. They could be worth a fortune, so what are you waiting for? Go check your coins and see if you have a hidden treasure in your pocket. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more exciting coin videos. You never know what you might find next. Happy hunting, everyone! That concludes the best and lengthy script for a YouTube video on the 1965 US dime. The mix of historical insight, detailed identification tips, and potential high value makes it a compelling story for coin collectors and casual viewers alike. Next, we are diving deep into a coin that is often overlooked but holds fascinating history and potential value, the 1966 United States dime. While it may seem like an ordinary piece of change in your pocket, certain variations of this dime could be worth big money, making it a must-have for collectors and history buffs alike. So, whether you're new to coin collecting or a seasoned expert, stay tuned as we uncover everything from the rich historical background of the 1966 dime to its current market value and the rare versions that could be worth thousands. We talk specifically about the 1966 dime. Let's take a step back in time and talk about the origins of the US dime itself. The dime, or the 10-cent piece, has been an essential part of the American economy since 1796, just a few years after the United States Mint was established. The word dime comes from the French word dime, meaning tithe or tenth, as it represents 1/10 of a US dollar. Over the years, the design of the dime has changed multiple times, reflecting different historical eras and honoring various figures in American history. By 1966, the US dime had already undergone significant transformations. The Coinage Act of 1965 had changed the composition of many coins, including the dime. Prior to this act, dimes were made of 90% silver, which made them more valuable due to their metal content. However, starting in 1965, dimes were minted using a copper-nickel clad composition, with a core of pure copper. This shift occurred because of rising silver prices in the 1960s. Silver became too valuable for everyday coinage, so the government needed to find a more cost-effective solution. 1966 was a key year, falling just after this major transition, and as you'll see, some variations of this dime from this period can still hold great value, especially in the coin collecting community. The 1966 dime, like other dimes from that era, features the iconic image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse front of the coin. Roosevelt was chosen to appear on the dime in 1946, following his death, as a way to honor his work in founding the March of Dimes, a campaign aimed at eradicating polio. Roosevelt's left-facing portrait, designed by John R. Cynic, is accompanied by the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God we trust," and the year of minting, 1966. The reverse of the 1966 dime features an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch, symbolizing peace, liberty, and strength. Surrounding these symbols is the phrase, "United States of America," and the denomination, 1 dime. One unique aspect of the 1966 dime is the absence of a mint mark. Normally, coins have a small letter indicating where they were minted, D for Denver, S for San Francisco, and so on. However, in 1965, 1966, and 1967, the U.S. Mint decided to produce coins without mint marks to discourage coin hoarding. People were hoarding silver coins, expecting their value to rise due to the shift to copper-nickel, and the government wanted to keep coins circulating. As a result, all 1966 dimes were minted in Philadelphia, even though they do not carry the typical P mint mark. Now, let's get to the part you're probably most curious about, the value. A standard 1966 dime, due to its high circulation numbers, is generally worth only face value, that is, 10 cents, if it's in average condition. But don't let that discourage you. There are some important exceptions that could make this coin worth significantly more. If you happen to have a 1966 dime in uncirculated condition, meaning it was never used as regular currency and remains in pristine shape, it could fetch anywhere between $2 and $20, depending on its quality and grading. Coins that are graded by professional services like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, and receive a high grade, such as MS65 or MS67, can be worth even more. An MS67 graded dime from 1966 has been known to sell for over $100. Coin errors are where things can get really exciting. Some 1,966 dimes have errors that make them extremely rare and valuable to collectors. Here are a few examples. A coin struck off-center can be worth hundreds of dollars, depending on how extreme the misalignment is. The more off-center, the rarer it becomes. If the dime was struck on an incorrect or defective planchet, its value could skyrocket. These types of errors are sought after by serious collectors. Although there were no proof sets officially minted in 1966, some special mint sets were produced, containing dimes with an extra polished, mirror-like finish. These dimes can also carry a premium, with some valued at $50 or more. Now, let's talk about the high rollers, the most valuable 1966 dimes ever sold. Some examples of 1966 dimes in perfect mint state, graded MS67 or higher, have sold at auction for over $200. But that's just the beginning. If you come across a 1966 dime with one of the major errors mentioned earlier, particularly a double die or off-center strike in high-grade condition, you could be looking at a coin worth thousands. Rare errors in pristine condition are incredibly valuable because collectors are willing to pay top dollar for unique pieces of numismatic history. For example, certain off-center strike 1966 dimes have sold for over $2,000. And as the coin market continues to grow, these prices could increase over time, making now the perfect moment to examine your coin collection closely. Here's how you can check your 1966 dime for its potential value. The first thing to check is the coin's condition. The better preserved it is, the more it's worth. Coins with no signs of wear, called mint state, are much more valuable than circulated ones. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the coin closely for any doubling in the design, misstrikes, or other unusual features. If you believe your 1966 dime is in excellent condition or has a unique error, consider getting it professionally graded. Services like PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can provide an official grade, significantly increasing its potential sale value. So, what's the verdict? The 1966 dime may seem like just another everyday coin, but its history, unique features, and potential errors make it a coin worth paying attention to. Whether you're holding on to a piece of mid-20th century history or you're hoping to cash in on a rare error, there's plenty of value in these dimes. Next time you find some change lying around, don't just spend it, check it. You might just have a 1966 dime worth far more than its face value. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more fascinating content on coin collecting, rare finds, and hidden treasures in your pocket change. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting! Next, we're diving deep into a classic piece of American numismatic history, the 1982 US dime. If you're a coin enthusiast, a collector, or just curious about what makes certain coins so valuable, stick around because you're in for a treat. Start with the basics. The 1982 US dime, also known as the Roosevelt dime, is part of the series that began in 1946 to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt. This dime features a portrait of Roosevelt on the obverse, designed by sculptor John R. Cynic, and the reverse showcases a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength. This coin is composed of 75% copper and 25% nickel, which gives it a distinct silver-like appearance despite its composition. It weighs 2.27 grams and has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, making it a small yet significant piece of currency. Now, let's take a stroll down memory lane. The year 1982 was a pivotal one in American history. It was a time of economic shifts and cultural changes. Ronald Reagan had just been elected president, marking the beginning of a new era in U.S. politics. This was also the year when the U.S. was experiencing a transition in its coinage due to rising metal prices. During this period, the U.S. Mint was grappling with the rising costs of metals. Interestingly, 1982 marked the introduction of a new composition for the cent, but the dime continued with its existing metal blend. However, this era is critical for understanding the context in which the 1982 dime was produced. One thing collectors should know about the 1982 dime is that there are actually some interesting varieties to look out for. While most 1982 dimes are fairly standard, there are a few subtle details that can make a significant difference in value. For instance, there are minor variations in mint marks. The 1982 dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint without a mint mark, as well as at the Denver Mint with a D mint mark. The Philadelphia dimes are usually more common, but high-quality examples can still be valuable, especially in uncirculated condition. Now, let's get to the good stuff, value. The 1982 dime is not particularly rare, but it can still hold some interesting value, especially in certain conditions. In general, a 1982 dime in average circulated condition is worth face value, 10 cents. However, if you have an uncirculated specimen or one with unique characteristics, the value can rise. Uncirculated examples can fetch anywhere from $1 to $5, depending on their quality. Specialty grades like MS65 or higher can command even higher prices, particularly if the coin has been well preserved or has any noticeable mint errors. Alright, let's talk big money. While the 1982 dime isn't typically known for reaching astronomical values like some other rare coins, there are still some notable exceptions. Coins in pristine, high-grade condition, or those with notable mint errors, can see significantly higher prices. For example, a pristine 1982 dime with an exceptional grade might command a premium, especially among serious collectors. In rare cases, dimes that have been graded at MS68 or higher have sold for several $100s. Additionally, any unusual minting errors, like doubling or off-center strikes, can also significantly increase a coin's value. Such errors are relatively rare and can appeal to advanced collectors, who might pay a premium for them. If you think you might have a valuable 1982 dime, it's crucial to ensure its authenticity and condition. Here are a few tips. Use a magnifying glass to check for mint marks and details. Examine the coin for any unusual features or errors. And most importantly, consider getting your coin professionally graded by organizations like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Their evaluations can significantly impact the coin's market value. If you're interested in collecting or investing in dimes, the 1982 coin is a great starting point. It's widely available and offers a chance to learn more about U.S. numismatics. Look for reputable dealers and auctions, and always do your research before buying. Building a collection takes time and patience, but it can also be a rewarding experience, both financially and educationally. That's all for today's deep dive into the 1982 U.S. dime. I hope you enjoyed learning about this fascinating piece of American currency and its potential value. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more coin collecting tips and history. Feel free to drop any questions or comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Feel free to adjust the script to better fit your style or to include additional information you might want to cover.